Welcome to our YouTube channel, where wisdom meets inspiration. In this channel, we share valuable insights to help you become the best version of yourself. Our content is designed to uplift your spirit and enrich your life. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay connected with this incredible journey. Click the subscribe button below.
The lovely students of Mangaluru, please give yourself a big hand. Yenna students, hege idira? Chennagidya? Awesome. So I come from Hyderabad and this is my first visit to Mangaluru, and what an awesome place, what a beautiful place. It is so wonderful and it is more beautiful because of people like you. I am amazed with everything. The first thing that hit me was the traffic. Hyderabad is crazy like Mangaluru. Every day I travel at least about 1.5 to 2 hours. But last 2 days, in the morning when I get up, I'm just going till the gate to watch the empty roads. It's so beautiful. And believe me, this is nature. This is nature and you people have to protect it. It is in your hands. Ramakrishna Math Mangaluru is doing a very big job. Please give a big hand to Ramakrishna Math Mangaluru for trying to protect the environment. Friends, this afternoon I would like to start about Shraddha with a small story. And the story is about the Tatas. Have you heard about Ratan Tata? Good. So why is Ratan Tata famous? What was his best invention? You got it. Who said that? Tata Nano, please stand up. Please give him a big hand. Awesome. Thank you. So it was in a rainy season like this that Ratan Tata was going to his office in Mumbai, and he saw a family of 6 people on a scooter. Now that's very common. I mean, say in India, when the motorcycle manufacturers make motorcycle for 2 people, they imagine that there will be at least 4 people on this motorcycle, comfortably. But Ratan Tata said, this is bad. Why can't we, in a country which has got a huge middle class economy, why can't we come up with a car which can be affordable to the middle class community? So he went to his office, called the best of his people and told them that I have a plan. I want us to invent a car which will cost less than a lakh of rupees, which a middle class person can afford. And he said that, let us meet after 15 days of your study. So after 15 days, the entire board and the steering committee met, and then everybody had a turn in the table and everybody discussed and told Ratan Tata, this is impossible. We cannot make a car which will cost less than 1 lakh rupees. Ratan Tata patiently heard each one of them, and then finally he said, now that each one of you had your own very sound and strong reasons that we cannot make a car in less than 1 lakh rupees, I want you to go back to your offices. I'm going to give you 1 more month's time. This time from 15 days it became 1 month. And he said, you have to give me reasons how we can make a car with less than 1 lakh. After a month, everybody met. They went back to the drawing board. They continuously refined their processes. They looked at different alternatives. They brought in the Shraddha, the positive energy into the project. And believe me, the first price of Nano was not even 90,000 rupees. It was somewhere close to 72,000 rupees. And that is how they succeeded. So friends, nothing is impossible. Even the word impossible says, I am possible. Right? So today I'm going to talk to you about 3 different circles. The first circle is your circle of control. Now, what is circle of control? Each one of us as students, we have certain attributes. What are our attributes? We got to be studious, we got to be punctual, we got to be disciplined, we got to be people who are obedient, we got to be loyal. So are these things in your control? Yes, no. Can you come to any meeting or can you go to your classes on time? Is it in your hands? Yes or no? Or does it depend on the Mangaluru buses? Does it depend on you or does it depend on the public service? It depends on you. The public service can be delayed, but if you know that every day the bus is going to come late, you got to start early. Right? So these are things which are called the circle of control. Now what does Shraddha say? Shraddha says that look at all the positive things that you have got in yourself. Maybe you are a person who is really focused. Maybe you are a person who tries to be disciplined. Maybe you are a person who is helpful. So these are some of the things that you have within your control and you need to be really, really good at it. But along with the good comes the not so good. So maybe some of the characteristics that you have are, you are addicted to the Instas, the Reels, the Snapchats. Am I right or wrong? Yes? And you know that you are losing away a lot of time. It is draining out your energy. It is taking away the time where you need to be focusing on your studies. Instead of that, you have something right next to you. I want you people to go back to your school days when you didn't have this instrument in your hands. Look at the marks and look at the marks now. Go home and do this exercise. And if you see the graph is going up, then you are using this phone in the right way. But if you see that you scored in your 7th class 100 marks in mathematics, in your 8th class about 90, in your 10th class about 70, and by the time you came to graduation it was around 60, then that is the influence of phone. The circle of control says this is a device which can be kept aside by you. It is in your hands. And that is an area of improvement. So you need to identify what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and then you have to improve upon them. Once you do this, the next stage is your goal setting exercise. Now I know that a lot of students over here are pursuing their MBA. Am I right? Right. So MBA with what? Finance? How many of you are pursuing in finance? Quite a few. MBA in HR? Good. Any other MBA? Marketing. So how many of you love marketing? How many of you love traveling? Good. Then why didn't you join marketing? Marketing actually needs people who love traveling. I have a question to people who are doing MBA finance. How many people hate numbers? This is a common question that I ask in engineering colleges. I ask them how many of them are doing computer science. At least about 50 to 60% of them get up. And then I ask them how many of you love programming, continue to stand, the rest can sit, only a handful of people stand. Friends, if you are not going to like what you are doing, you are going to be a failure in whatever you have chosen. The only qualification a HR professional needs to have is love for people. If you like people, if you have relationships, if you care for people, if you have empathy, if you feel that you can get into his shoes and help him, you are a right person for HR. Similarly, if you are a person who loves number crunching, you like working on Excel, you like doing those pivot tables, you like putting up the dashboards, you like giving the management information systems, you are the right person for MBA Finance. And if you are a person who loves traveling, seeing different places, trying to sell a product, trying to give the idea, becoming a brand ambassador for a particular product, then you are a person meant for marketing. So the first thing that I would like each one of you to do is try and identify what is your strength. And if it is too late, where you have already chosen your field, start loving it. There are so many times where we take certain things up, even though we don't like it, but then we slowly develop a taste for it. How many of you first heard a song and you didn't like it, but after few times and your friends are also listening to the same song, then you start liking it? Yes, no? Right? So that is very, very common. So when you start liking something, you always pick it up, and then you become passionate about it. I want you people to do those things, to become successful in whatever you are doing in your MBA. So here is your circle of control, where you get into your goal setting exercise. So I want you people to think, what is it that you need to do for the 5 years, 10 years and 15 years? Now that will help you to actually pave a way. Nothing can be done in a haphazard way. Nothing can be done in an ad hoc manner. You got to be planning yourself. A person who fails to plan is planning for failure. Is that clear? Okay, so I want you to plan, I want you to execute it, I want you people to write it and keep it somewhere in your room where you are looking at it every day. And that is going to remind you what your goal is 5 years down the line and 10 years down the line. And I'm telling you, you will achieve it. You will definitely achieve it, provided you make a commitment to yourself, because that is within the circle of control. The second circle is your circle of influence. So when you realize that there are certain things which you are not so good at, what do? Let us say that you are not so good at statistics. Is statistics a subject in MBA? Yes. So let us say that you're not so good at statistics. Or somebody doesn't like economics. How many of you don't like economics? Oh, wonderful. All are my friends. But economics is such an interesting subject, friends. Had economics not been there, today most of the businesses would have failed. Right? So start developing that interest. So when you are not so good at something, you need to pick it up. You need to learn. You need to put that extra effort. You need to identify another friend of yours who finds that subject very, very easy. Sit with that friend. Start learning. Go to YouTube. There are people who are taking sessions from wonderful universities free of cost. Free of cost. Now I want you people to use the mobile phone for such purposes. Not just let me also ask you, you click so many pictures in a day, how many times have you revisited a picture that you clicked last year? I see only very few hands. Right? Has it given you any thrill? So friends, use it, but use it in the right way. So I want you to plan, I want you to learn, I want you to develop. Now that is the second circle, which is called the circle of influence. Now once you learn it, what do? You identify somebody else who's not so good and help that person to come up. It gives you a sense of achievement. It gives you a sense of feeling. It gives you a sense of, pride to help somebody who's not so good in the subject. Go to the board. Try and explain it to your friends. It builds your confidence. Because in interviews, now every day as an HR professional, I do at least about 3 to 4 interviews. And in my 36 years of life, I must have done some thousands of interviews. When we do the interviews, we don't look at only your technical skills. We look at your attitude. We look at what is it that you are good at. We look at what is it that you are adaptable with. We look at how quickly you can pick up something. I'll give you a simple analogy. How many of you know how to ride a two-wheeler? Wonderful. Which is the two-wheeler which is the most popular in Mangaluru? Activa. So suppose it is not Activa and I give you an TVS 125 Access. Can you drive it? It's simple. So the moment you learn the fundamentals, you can navigate into anything else. So the moment you are good at your subject and you have the right attitude, you can learn anything. Friends, technology and things are changing at such a fast pace, it is impossible to catch up. But you need to be adaptable. You need to be the person who can willingly take up that change and see to it that you become a success with the changed scenario. So we see all these things when we interview students like you. We don't just see your marks. We don't hire if somebody's got 100 out of 100. I'm sorry. In my own personal experience, a person who has got more than 80%, 90%, but has got very low on the character and on the attitude has never made it through an interview. So that's your circle of influence. So you got to start influencing your friends, your parents, everybody else with the positive attributes that you're going to get. And the third circle is nothing but what Swami Vivekananda says, which is written over here. Atmano mokshartha jagat hitaya, which means that whatever you learn by yourself, use it for the betterment of the world. Now friends, again, today we are a global village. There was a time when IT industry alone used to work with people from different countries. Today it's not the case. Especially post-COVID, the time has come where, every industry is working with somebody else from a different country. And what is needed? A person who might be working on a project might be from Malaysia, another person from Africa, a third person who is actually heading the project sitting in the US, and you in India. But there is something in common which binds all of you. What is it? What is it that can bring you together? Your communication. And what is that? Which language is it? English. So if you know that your English is not so good, you need to improve upon it. You need to pick that up. But there is an opportunity for you to let the people know about the rich culture that we have got in this country. Swami Vivekananda has laid the rules of how this country can be a spiritual leader. What is it that we can show the world in a positive way? What is it that the people can attain by having certain characteristics in them? Now that is what we want you people to do in the larger interest. And friends, let me also tell you, out of the hundreds of students who are there in your college, only a few of you have come over here. Maybe some of you have come by force, and maybe some of you have come out of your own interest. Whoever it is, please mark this day. It is going to be a historic day in your, memory or your journey, because the day of transformation has begun today. Please give yourself a big hand. It has not been easy. It has not been easy. Maybe you were thinking, maybe you were deliberating, maybe you felt that it is too far away, maybe you felt that it might rain. But keeping all those reasons aside, you made it a point to come over here and attend this session. You have made a difference for yourself. Already the achievement has started. You are on the right track. Continue on this journey. Continue to be positive. Continue to learn. And continue to have faith in whatever you do. And last but not the least, believe in the divine, and there is a superpower that is guiding us all the time. You can name it anything. You can name it, Lord Rama, Krishna, Vinayaka. You can give any name to him. It could be any Devi, like Mangala Devi. But surrender completely to them. Put everything that you have as your faith and Shraddha in them, and they will show you the way. But yes, it definitely needs the first step from your side. And that first step has already started today. Continue with this journey. Please continue to come to Ramakrishna Mutt. There are such wonderful programs that keep happening, because this is a land of miracles and a positive energy which I have seen for the last 20 plus years, and believe me, it brings transformation in people. And I have seen people get transformed within the program within 2 hours. Right? So I wish you all the very best. Hearty congratulations on making this transformation. Mangaluru is wonderful. God bless you all. Namaste.
Become Swami Vivekananda's messenger. Share the video with 3 of your friends.